Okay, so what we're looking at today, folks, is the idea of a convection current. Now, convection is the way that heat is transferred in liquids and gases. And we've got a lovely fish tank here, kindly donated by Mr. McIntyre. Thank you, sir. And what we are going to do is we've got two different temperature liquids that are two different colours. So I've got the hot one that is sort of orangey red, and Mr. McIntyre has the cold one, which is that deep dark blue. What we're going to do is we're going to pour them in on opposite sides of the tank at the same time, and what we're going to try and see happening is the generation of a convection current, which is where heat moves through a liquid or a gas, in this case a liquid, based on the difference between the temperatures. So what we're going to see is we're going to see these colours mixing in what should hopefully be quite an interesting way. Okay, ready, Mr. McIntyre?
Yep.
Okay, on the count of three. 3, 2, 1, go. Now we're going to step back and let you watch. Okay folks, so I think you'll agree quite a nice looking experiment. Now what we saw happen there was we saw the orange going up here, the hot orange, and the cold blue going over here, and the blue sunk immediately down to the bottom. And then it started drifting over here as it went. And then we had the orange here, and you can still see we've got some orange just on its own up here. It dropped in and it stayed towards the top, and it flowed across over here. And then what we saw happen was we saw the orange start to drop down here, and we saw the blue start to rise up here. This is what we call a convection current, because what we had is we had the hot orange coming into contact with the colder water that's already in the tank and starting to cool down. Now, as it cools down, it becomes more dense, and the denser things are, the more likely they are to drop to the bottom of a fluid like the water that's in this tank. So it's cooling down and it wants to fall down. At the same time, the cold water, that was the blue, it was dropped into the tank where the water was warmer than it, and it started to warm up and become less dense. As it becomes less dense, it wants to rise up, which is what we see happening here. You can see the blue rising up on the side here. And what that causes to happen is the blue rises up and it pushes aside the orange. The orange comes over here and cools down and drops down, and it pushes the blue aside over here. So you've got this orange pushing the blue over here and the blue pushing the orange over here. So the two temperatures mix. So what you've got is the hot coming over here, cooling down and dropping, the cold coming over here, getting warmer and rising up, and it just repeats itself. That's what we call a convection current.